part 7, and I have decorated the page that I did for part 6. So these were some of the papers that I bought. This was printed off. This is from the My Mind's Eye collection. So we have the pockets here and the same on the other side. This was paper that I also printed off from Pixel Scrapper. And we have the 1, 2, 3 pockets. This one is straight to page and these two are full pockets. And I put this paper up here and cut out the design so I could use it as a pocket here. Okay, so that is part 6. On to part 7. Okay, part 7. You will need one piece that is 8 1/4 by 4 1/2, and I've scored this at 1/2 inch. Actually, no. Let's get this right. It's 8 1/4 by 4 5/8. Yeah, it's not 4 1/2. It's 4 5/8. So it's one notch over the 4 1/2. So 4 5/8 by 8 1/4. Scored at 1/4 inch. Next, you will need a piece that is 8 1/4. No. Yes, 8 1/4 by 9 1/4. On the 9 1/4 side, score it at 1/2 inch and 8 3/4 inches. And on the 8 1/4 side, score it at 4 1/8 of an inch. Next, I have a piece here that is 4 A4 size, so that's 11 5/8 by 8 1/4, and I scored this at 8 1/4. You will also need one piece that is 8 1/4. Once again, this is the full width, so it's 11 5/8, and I've scored it at 1 3/4, 2 and 8 1/4. Next, you'll need one piece that is 8 1/4 by 4 3/4, and score that at 1/2 inch. And then finally, you want 4 that are 11 5/8 by 8 1/4, and score them at 4 1/4, 4 3/4, and 9. And you need 4 of these ones. Okay. Let's see if I can remember what I was planning on doing. Okay, that one goes over there. What I should also add is, on the piece that you scored at 2, 2 1/2 and 10 1/4, at the 2 1/2 mark, so this is scored at 1 3/4 and 2, sorry, it's scored at 1 3/4 and 2 and 10 1/4. From the 2 1/2 inches mark, I've marked 1/2 inch, and you'll need that down to, I think, 6 1/2 inches. Don't need that last one. So I've just penciled in some lines here at 1/2 inch intervals from 2 inches, started at 2 1/2 inches and did that. So let's move this away. I will try not to sneeze and sniff too much. First of all, I am going to take the bit that's 8 1/4 by 9 1/4, and it's obviously scored in half at 4 1/8. So fold in your score lines, and on one side of the score line only you want to take off the side flaps, but only on one side of the score line. So choose either top or bottom and remove those flaps. But only up to the score line, no further. And I do apologise if you can hear my dog snoring. He's had a hard day. Right, on the remaining flaps you want to put some tape and mitre your edges, and then a small strip of tape along the bottom. Next, you want to take the one that's 4 5/8 by 8 1/4 and scored at 4 1/8, and on that small flap add some tape. If you can get the tape off the roll. Okay. Mitre the edges. Okay, so this is what I've got here, and what I'm going to do, oh, excuse me for sniffing. Remove the tape backing. Add some glue. Then what I'm going to do is going to fold that tab under. I'm going to line it up on top of this pocket, just on top of this piece of paper, just underneath that score line. So what I'll eventually have is something that flaps, flaps, and then you've got the tabs at the side here. Right, let's give that a quick burnish. That's the first part. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, and as you can see, I've marked magnet on the base and the flap in the centre, and on this side, if I flap this down, I've marked magnets each side. Although I could do one just in the middle, I suppose, but I'm not going to. Let's just clean that up a little bit. There we go. Right, next, I want to take the piece that is scored at 8 1/4 inches, and with the flap on your left, tuck that underneath, and you want to grab this bit you've just made, okay, and release your tape backing. Got it. Add some glue. and you want to place this. So basically you're making a pocket here with lots of flaps on it. So what you're going to do is place this at the bottom of the page. So the flap is tucked under on my left, and this will go on neater than that. Oh dear, I'm gonna have a sneezing fit. I can feel it coming on. Okay. There we go. Excuse me. Okay. So, burnish that down. So now you have a pocket here on a page with a flap that folds under, with 2 flaps to this pocket. Okay, that's that bit done. Next, we're going to start building the next bit of the page. Okay, so put that bit to one side and grab this bit where you've done all the pencil marking. So it's scored at, see if I can get this right, 1 3/4, 2 and 10 1/4. And from the 2.5 inch mark, you've got a few pencil marks so you can see where it's going to go. And then you're going to need the 4 that you did the same, and the 1 which is just 4 3/4, 4 3/4 by 8 1/4, and you scored it at 1/2 inch. So this is the first one. You want to put tape along your little flap there. Mitre it if you want to. Not a necessity, but might be slightly easier. And this is going here. Now the reason we've kept this flap here isn't to go over. So what basically you need this flap over, and this has to go right up against the edge, roughly onto that pencil mark so that it fits nicely here. So that's what I'm going to do. So tape backing off. Now all I can say about when you make these, you have to make sure, including this one, that your creases are really sharp. They have to be spot on and very, very sharp, because if not it will go all wobbly. So put glue onto that. 1 2, so that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 8. So between the 8th and the 9th marks that I had, pencil marks, is where I'm putting this. Okay. There you go, first one done. That wasn't too bad, was it? Okay, so you're going to get these ones that you've scored at, if I can remember this, I can't, was it 4 1/4? 4 1/4, 4 3/4 and 8 1/4. Okay, so you want to fold, take it off this background, you want to fold the smaller tab in and then fold the larger tab in and then fold it here again. So all the folds are going in the same direction, you're all folding them inwards. You want to make sure that this, when you fold this, it is exactly right. You want it, you want no overhang whatsoever. And make sure those creases are really, really sharp. turn it over, and on that 1/2 inch, which is basically going to be a gusset, you want to put some tape. So in the 1/2 inch gap between the 4 1/4 and 4 3/4 score marks, you want to put some tape. Then, lost me pokey tool, there it is. So I'm going to fold that up so that I fold it in, turn it over. My score line, my tape is on the back. I'm going to release that back in. Make sure my work surface is clear because I really don't want to hash this up. Okay, what you want to do when your tape is on, when your glue is on and your tape is on, you want to lay this so that this tape, you want to miss out the next 1/2 inch and the tape lies on the following 1/2 inch. So you've laid this down, you want a 1/2 inch gap, and lay this one down on the next 1/2 inch. And like I said, it has to be exact to look neat. So you want it absolutely straight top and bottom. Hopefully I didn't just wiggle that as I... No, I did alright. I thought I moved it slightly. And this side. Okay, so there's my 1/2 inch gap. Okay, so you want to fold and tape all 4 pieces exactly the same. Okay, so I've scored it so that it's absolutely plumb straight. Put my tape on the back, release the tape backing. Add a bit of glue. Leave a 1/2 inch gap and lay the taped part, your 1/2 inch taped gusset here, on the next 1/2 inch. So you miss out 1/2 inch, lay it on the next 1/2 inch. Now this one looks slightly longer, but I can trim this as long as it's dead straight at the top, and it is. I'm not going to fret too much about an extra millimetre at the bottom because I can trim that off with a knife. Make sure when you burnish it down you don't move it. Clean up the glue on the other side because you don't want this sticking down. Okay, and then do the same for the remaining 2. So you miss out 1/2 inch, lay it on the next 1/2 inch gap that you've marked. Okay, there we go, miss out 1/2 inch. So I'm going to miss out that line that I've drawn and go on to the next line over and line that up, making sure that, especially at the top, it is absolutely dead straight. Burnish that down, get rid of the glue. course, if you're confident you don't need to use glue, you can put it straight down with tape, or if you prefer not to use tape, you can use just glue. Okay, now for the last one, your last bit should go up to the 2-inch score line, because what you've got here is a very small 1/4 of an inch gusset. Okay, last one, down it goes. Clean up the glue. Okay, so now basically what you have is this bit that you made with this large flap is going on here. Okay, so then this flips open. This is going to be a pocket and a tuck spot, so they are going to be straight to page, so you've got to decorate this before you can put it together. And then you'll have a flip and a tuck spot and a flip, lots of place for photographs, and a flip and a tuck spot, and a flip and a tuck spot, flip and a flip and a tuck spot. And on the last one you'll have, if you want, this tiny tuck spot, or if you don't want it, just cut this off. But once again, you have to decorate before you can put down your any of your little tuck spots there, including these. So this one, if you pull that right over so you can see your gusset, this, okay, goes on here, like so. So you don't need any tape between here, but you will need tape along here and then here and here, but not a great deal. And I think I'm going to use thin tape along the bottom and quite wide tape at the side because I want it to hold. The reason why I've done it this way round is because I wanted all the weight to be flat down, so this didn't have to hold much weight. If you'd rather not have this, attach this first or glue it straight down. You can glue it straight down if you want. It's not important. If you'd rather not have this and want the security of having that stuck straight to the page, you can do that. But I just like that idea of two little bits there. So I am going to decorate this. Basically what it is this, if I take off this front piece, concentrate on this front piece, this is going to have magnets here and here. So you flip that down and you'll see a pocket. Okay, this will have one magnet in the centre, and you flip that up so you've got all this room. Now you can put another pocket if you like. I would prefer not to. I just want it plain because you've got so much going on this bit. So that'd be had down by a magnet, and that's just like a, oh look, it's a pocket, an extra little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 magnets. I'll put those on, I'll decorate the page, and then, okay, I'll show you where I'm going to put the magnets. So I put this down. I might as well do this first off, haven't I? Okay. Let's get rid of that bit. Right, so you don't want your magnets too close to the edge, because obviously you don't want your pattern paper to stick up. So I've got my base page, flip down, my base page. I'm going to stick a magnet here. And I'm going to stick a magnet the same on the other side of that flap. Just there. That should do, down a bit. Okay. Oh dear, I hate hay fever. I've run out of my favourite magnets, so I've had to use these. I have ordered some more. My favourite magnets have got the little paper backing on already, which is much easier. Okay, carefully flip that up, press that down. Hopefully, hopefully, 1, 2. Right, I'm going to put a spare bit of paper in there. There we go. Okay, so that's the magnet at the top, and I'm going to flip this bit up, grab my next magnet, and put that one in the centre. Of this flip here. And like I said, if you want a pocket, put a pocket on. Put your pocket on first before you put your magnet on. Okay, tape on this side. Like I said, I don't want a pocket, so pop that down. And there's the magnet there. So there we go. So remember, this goes on to why has that gone up there? What have I done? I've put the wrong piece on. No, I haven't. Like, why is that the wrong size? Because I've got that piece of paper in there. Okay, try that again. So this piece is going to go, don't cover your gusset, leave your gussets free, and it's going to attach onto there, and you can see my gusset is here. So that's, if you want to add a magnet here, you could do, but it's a very busy here. I wouldn't want to risk it. So this is kind of like an adapted waterfall, an adapted simple waterfall. So, and I just thought it would be easier to do this if it was done the full length of the page, to do it this way, and it's slightly less bulky, and also it's easier to decorate because you just need the strips in between in your 1/2 inch gusset, if you want to put strips there, that is. So I'm going to decorate and finish putting this together, because I have to decorate here and here first, unless I don't want that second page, but I do. So basically tape from my gusset, but not covering my gusset, up the sides. So this is just a small tuck spot for small things. Maybe a small tag, or oh dear, I really should put my glasses on. They're just here. My glasses are here and I can't be bothered. My, my. Okay, and I think actually I am going to have this thicker tape at the bottom. All I want is to make sure that this holds. I didn't do that very well, did I? Too late to take it off. Okay, so that will be attached to there without covering the gusset, and then there'll be tape here and here to hold that down to there. But decorate it first. So I will decorate and then I'll be back to show you. So I'm back with the decorated page and inky fingers. So I chose for the front bit just to use one picture split, and then decorated it plain for the pocket side, and also the bottom just plain stripes. Then you open it up. On this band here I made it into two separate tuck spots so that there's a piece of tape in the middle as well, just to make it that little bit stronger. And obviously you have the pocket there. This picture is this one, which was downloaded from Pixel Scrapper, and I'm pretty sure it's from the, now is it Just Thrills and No Chills, or No Chills Just Thrills? I think it's No Chills Just Thrills collection, but you can look up, if you looked up skeleton or bones, I did a search of that on Pixel Scrapper, this is what you'd find. And I've done this a few times in other albums where I've sort of done a waterfall effect and cut up lots of the same picture to reproduce the picture, even though it's all cut up, so when it's flat it looks like the whole picture. I think I did it in my Wings and Wishes album. Anyway, so I chose that paper, and I chose to do each of the pages very, very similar. So all the pages with the tuck spot, so flip and a tuck spot pocket, have got the striped paper here and this paper here, and all the ones which are just flaps have got the continuance of this picture and the spots. I should also mention this paper that's the stripe down the middle. I used it in part 6. It was like the main front part of page of part 6. It's Authentique collection, Nightfall 2, two-sided paper, and it's got a lovely little verse here, and it says, "The moon throws a bridge of light into the realm of mystery and night," by Longfellow. So I'm going to keep that because that might make a nice little tag for something. I might even put it in here. So that follows through all the way to the end. See, some of the stripes are horizontal and some of them are vertical. And that goes all the way through. Obviously each of these is a pocket to the very last one, where I took what was left over from making the front. Use this as a little tuck spot, though I may put something on there just to stick the middle down to make it a bit tougher. And as you can see, the papers are alternate here, so it looks pretty that way as well. So there we go. And most of these papers were printed off, once again from Pixel Scrapper, the stripy ones, and these are from the Theresa Collins collection. Pixel Scrapper, Theresa Collins, Authentique. I think that's it. My Mind's Eye, Pixel Scrapper. Pixel Scrapper. So there you go. Part 7 finished. Nearly on to part 8, and then it's deciding what to do on the alternate pages, because this is going to be a thick book. I mean, this one's quite thick, as you can see, just on its own. It's a good, I'd say that was a good ½ inch at a squash. But I wanted something quite, you know, quite impressive, and I do think that is quite impressive when you see the whole picture there. So there we go, lots of space. Right, I'll be back for part 8 as soon as I've figured out. No, part 7. No, part 8. Yes, part 8. As soon as I've figured out what I'm doing. Until then, thank you for watching, everyone. Bye for now.